You're looking at the future. You're looking at a brand new champion. I'll be the first 165-pound weight champion in the world. And it's time we bring MMA up to the future. It's time we, you know, get the hand out of these big organizations and put the hands into the fighters. So let's go.
Talks about a matchup earlier in their careers, and now Kevin Lee fighting under the guidance of a
Helen Yee here at the FLX Studios in Miami, being joined by the one and only, the Motown phenom, Mr. Kevin Lee. Great to see you here. Just wrapped up the press conference. I saw you kind of look around the cage as well. You went inside, so what's your initial reaction?
It's a new home. It's a new home, you know. Walking into the building feels brand new, and it feels like I could set up real nice up in here.
So how did everything transpire with Eagle Fight Club?
You know, it was a process. I had a lot of different offers from other promotions and other people, but this one just it came together at the right time, and it made the most amount of sense.
Now, you will be fighting on March 11th. You will be making your Eagle FC debut. Are there any opponents right now in mind, or how does that kind of process work? Because you will be starting the new 165-pound division.
Yeah, Diego Sanchez was approached with me for the first fight. That just sounds kind of legendary, you know, the first Ultimate Fighter coming over here and fighting for my first fight with Eagle. And he puts on great fights. So that's what it's going to be about at the end of the day, is putting on great fights for people. And we're going to start with him, babe.
That sounds great, and I'm sure a lot of fans will be excited for that. But I know on stage you mentioned you will be the inaugural 165-pound champion. So how does that process go to get to that title, or how does all that work?
That's something that we're going to figure out. It'll take me a few fights, I think. And then they're going to create titles for this new division. It's a brand new organization. So I think after a few events, then they'll start to create titles, and I'll be part of that vacant title fight.
Well, we know right now your home is in Las Vegas, and you're doing training with Dewey Cooper and over at Extreme Couture. But you mentioned on stage you will be making that move to Miami. When's that move coming?
Yeah, as soon as possible. I'll probably start the beginning of the new year. And I'll start training camp over at Sanford MMA with Henry Hoof. They've got a great relationship with Extreme. He loves Eric Nixick, you know, and I love everybody back in Las Vegas. It's gonna be like bittersweet to have to leave all my old training partners in my home that it's been for the last 5-6 years. But this is just part of the next step in my life.
Definitely. Now, who are some fighters that you would like to see make their way into Eagle FC in the future?
There's been a couple people that have been mentioned. Tony Ferguson, I think, you know, he's starting to test out the free agency. Nate Diaz would be a great one. You know, he goes where the money goes. So once he is able to get out of his UFC contract, it makes a lot of sense. There's a couple different fighters that all hover around or in between that 155, 170-pound weight class. And we need to stop killing ourselves making this weight and you know, dehydrating ourselves that much. And you know, I went through acute kidney failure in the beginning of last year. And that's what caused me to go up to 170 and say, I'm never cutting down to 155 again. So I know there's a lot of people that are going through the same things. So let's start up something new. We don't need them to kill our bodies anymore.
Definitely. Now, lastly, I follow you on Instagram, and after UFC 269, you said that Charles Oliveira was the most skilled opponent that you've shared in the octagon. So do you see him as champion for a very long time?
Yeah. I mean, I said it immediately after we fought. I knew during the second round of our fight that he was going to be a champ. And I see him being a champ for a few more years, at least.
So you do see him beating Justin Gaethje, who he is fighting next?
Yeah, but that's a wash.
Do you see him beating the winner between Islam and Beneil?
Yeah, hands down. Yeah. I mean, he's just more skilled than those guys. He's more well-rounded, and he keeps coming, and he keeps going, and he keeps going. You know, I was able to win a lot of exchanges with him, but I could tell he was just going to keep going. He was going to keep going, and that's something that's very, very rare. So, and he's got the skill to know which move to hit next, especially in the grappling exchanges. So with somebody like Islam or Beneil, I think they'll have a hard time with them on the ground, and they'll have a hard time standing up.